Okay, welcome to part 7 of our series of 12 trader affirmations. If this is the first time you've joined, that's fine. You don't have to start at number 1. You can start at any number you like. They're not grouped into chronological order, they're grouped into topics. So we cover 12 different topics over 12 videos, funnily enough. The idea is that we're about to show you a bunch of slides. Today we're looking at letting go, and there's 6 of them to go through. So you'll just be showing these, read them to yourself, read them out loud, unless you're in general public, because you might sound nuts otherwise. And then just think about them in terms of the context of your trading or your business, that type of thing. At the end, I'll come back and I'll talk about a couple in terms of a couple of interesting stories with regard to prop trading and the application of these ideas. So for now, enjoy. Okay, I hope you got something out of those ones. I want to talk about 2 slides here. First one, a loss yesterday does not mean a loss today. Obviously, a lot of these things are common sense, right? But occasionally it needs to be told to you for you to go, oh yeah. Or you need to think consciously about it as opposed to it being implanted in your foundations, if you like. Eventually that will happen. But this one, a loss yesterday does not mean a loss today. We're all guilty of carrying on losses from yesterday or last week or last month or 2 minutes ago, that kind of thing. So we're all guilty of doing that. We all do it, but we consciously have to realize the market doesn't care. The market doesn't know what's just happened to you, generally speaking. So this one is interesting. I wanted to kind of pull this one out and have a chat about it for a bit, because back in our prop trading days, when we would have a group of new traders come in almost every 6 weeks or so, a group meaning we'd have up to 20, I think 26 was our biggest group, generally somewhere between 15 to 20 new traders. When I say new, some had never traded before, some had a little bit of trading experience, a couple had run a blog or, that kind of thing. Generally not up to speed with prop trading style of trading, which was at the time trading maybe 60, 80 times a day. We'd start the boys off on a simulator. Simulator would run for maybe 4 weeks, sometimes longer, depending on the individual. And this was one issue we dealt with quite a lot, and we experimented with how to deal with it. A loss yesterday does not mean a loss today. Occasionally, well, not occasionally, in all of our trading, we experience times where yesterday's trading was so crap, or today's trading was so crap, we have to stop. And we experimented with how long we take a guy off the market, and especially in that process of going live. So going from the simulator to live trading, as in with real money, we generally have a stop loss for each of the a daily stop loss. So it might be, say, start someone off with $1,000 a day stop loss. If they hit that stop, they stop for the day. And then we'd start thinking about, well, when do we put them back on? You know, do we straight away say, oh, okay, jump on the simulator for the rest of the day? Or do we say, go home, come back tomorrow and start over again? You know, what was the optimal time to do it? And there's no scientifically correct answer to that, because everyone's a bit different and every situation's different too. So what might work for you this week is not going to work next week, vice versa. So I don't have an answer for you for this one, but it's one thing you'll need to think about if you are going to be actively trading. When do you stop? When do you go back to, not necessarily the simulator, but picking up books and doing that kind of thing? We experimented a lot with this. So we'd say, right, take a break, go out for lunch, come back, go and have a sandwich, go and have a sports drink or something, come back, be energized, and start over again. For others, we said, right, see you tomorrow. For others, we said, stay here, jump on the simulator, you'll be back live tomorrow. So we had all these different kind of combinations. And I have to say, at the end of it, we didn't have a great answer for it. It was a kind of case-by-case situation that we'd have to apply. And that same goes for you. So if you are, this is more a discussion regarding high frequency or active scalping, if you like. You're going to have to come up with the best time, the best way to do this. Whether it is, right, I've had it, I'm going off to the gym, let off some steam, or just walk around the block, or go and have a shower, or do something just to break the cycle and come back and start again, or whether it's a whole thing like you wait till the next day. You have to figure that out and probably experiment with it too. That's why I wanted to bring that up. I'm sorry I don't have a good answer, a solid answer for it, but as I said, it varies case to case. The other slide I wanted to bring up, thanks to Gloria for sending this one through. We were talking about different brokers and how some brokers can kind of piss you off and this, that, and the other, and she made that point to me, don't throw the second dart. And if you haven't heard that expression before, it means the first dart is what happens to you, and the second dart is how you react to it. So throwing the second dart, throwing the second punch kind of thing, same thing. It's how you react to it. And that's something too that you have to manage yourself and realize that your reaction has nothing to do with the market. The market doesn't care how you react once you're out. It doesn't know how you react once you're out. So as I mentioned before, these things are kind of common sense, right? In one of the other videos, I mentioned there was a guy who in our training group who would get so pissed off if something went against him. He'd jump out of his chair and he'd slam his chair against the desk and steam out of the room and go away for an hour. God knows where he went. And then come back all huffy, still huffy-puffy and all carrying on. And I'd have to sit down with him and say, mate, this is the simulator. It's not real money. And even if it was real money, it's not your money. You're trading for a firm. So reacting like that didn't help his trading at all. Throwing that second dart did not help his trading at all. And he didn't last because he couldn't get that under control. He couldn't control those emotions, and when you carry on like that, it disrupts the people next to you as well as, of course, your bank balance. So I remember him throwing a chair when I asked him to leave too. So there you go. But these are, as I said, these are common sense ideas. A loss yesterday does not mean a loss today. The market doesn't care what your reaction is. These are all things we have to control ourselves, right? We have to work out, well, this reaction is either efficient and productive or it's not, So that's just something to go with. All right, we hope you got something out of that. On to the next one. But before we do, 3 things you can do. Please subscribe to these videos, click the notification bell, because that's what we do now. Email notifications and ongoing training. Check out my website, tradarian.com. Trader, radar, contrarian, all combined into one word. Tradarian.com. There you can sign up for my email notifications. I don't send many out. I can't remember when I last sent one out, but maybe call it once a month or something like that. And also you'll see there a link to my other site, masterclasstrader.com. When you're ready to take it to the next level, we can talk about some scalping training for you, or some longer term spread trading for you too. So until next time, remember, let it go.